I looked through your sort of your stages of the investment process, which was very nicely laid out on your website, by the way. I'll get Gowdy to bring that up. It really was helpful because it walks through each stage and then it leads to the next stage. But what that first intake, how did that first 20, for lack of a better word, get lobbed off, and then down to the 10?
Sure, that's a good question, Jared. Yeah, it's sometimes a lot more than 20, but certainly so you're talking about our stage one. So we generally do a broad call. We actually don't care where the technology comes from. So it can be, I use the 80-20 rule. 80% is Canadian, but if you've got something from the US or from Europe and it's got something we want, then we're going to look at it.
Right.
What we care about is that the project is here in Canada and the end use applicability is with one of our 7 producers or 5 utilities. And so
I see.
Yeah. So then when we get the big batch that comes in and we start to look at them, the 3 check marks that if you don't make the 3 check marks right away, then you're going to be that first 20 off. And I would say it's really about eligibility, suitability, and what are you bringing to provide a solution to a challenge that the sector is seeing. And so if that's not really obvious right away, then you're probably not gonna make it. And that's sort of the first. And then as we kind of go down further, sometimes we do specifically look for. So there's. I don't want to get too technical, but there's development cycles, there's the sort of research stage, and then there's the demonstrations, the pilot stage, and then there's the later first commercial demonstration. Sometimes we're looking for a specific kind of project. So later in the development, looking at it. And so this one's a little early for us, so we have a watch list, which is important, and we kind of say, look, and we offer a debrief. So when to those 20 that didn't get selected, we offer a debrief, and we encourage them to come and talk to the NGIF team, and we'll tell them exactly, the key messages as to either you really aren't the right fit, but maybe you should go over to this group and company and apply, or you are the right fit, but you're just a little early for us. So we're going to keep watching.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of that.
So there's dialogue between even these initial, even if it's 20 or 80 or however many companies kind of right off the bat get taken off. There is a communication with them so that they know either why or how the next round.
Right. Exactly. We have a person that sort of leads that stage, and so I would say even before they apply, we try to have a conversation. Like anyone who's listening to this, if you've got an idea, the first thing you want to do is just contact us, and I'll leave my contact information, and we've got a team that will look at that. But talk to us first before you spend the time and put something together for us, because we can pretty much pretty quickly, and that's what we try to do. And then we start to sort of ratchet away. And we the due diligence is really important for NGIF, and it's becoming, I would say, quite known out there that the NGIF due diligence with the investor peer review committee that is. And the sort of future customer access, right? These are the future customers of the clean tech company. This committee is quite important. And so, first of all, we don't want to, and so we take them through a comprehensive due diligence and technical peer review. We look at all the components of the great team, the innovation, the business path, the market need, the environmental performance aspects. And we do a site visit. We go out and kick the tires. Lately, we're doing it virtually, but normally we go see the clean tech company. We meet the team. Team's important for execution, and we and have a couple of site visits. And then along the way, when we do a site visit, there's a ton of input. So our investors are there at the site, and we're there at the site, and we're having a comprehensive discussion around their proposal, which they've submitted a draft, and then they get a ton of input, from our investors as to what they want, what they don't want to see, what's really important, clear KPIs that they're looking for. And then the takeaway from that meeting is a much better proposal that they resubmit. We curate them with some coaching, and then we get them ready to go in front of the committee again with what I would say is a much better value proposition than what they first came with, earlier on. So that due diligence is quite important, because we want to make sure we put the right opportunities in front of our investors. It's also important because, and I'll speak to it later with government, we have some relationships with some governments who have money, and so we can hand them our due diligence and very quickly mobilize.
Right.
So anyway,
That's
that's our big stage sort of two process of NGIF.